Hey everyone, it's Justin. Thank you for watching and or listening to the podcast, and welcome to my house. It is time for another delayed ServiceNow Store highlights episode. It should have been SSH 20250715, and I had a lovely surprise again from ServiceNow with 143 new updated or downgraded applications in the ServiceNow Store compared to 29 last week. So it slowed me down again because I had stuff already booked at the beginning of the week. And I'm just dealing with it. So how does that break down? We have 4 compatibility updates, 2 downgrades, 79 fixes, 3 ghost applications, 4 highlights for you today, 24 minor updates, 11 new releases, and unfortunately 16 release notes fails. So let's jump right in. We're going to try to cover most of these. I probably won't go through all of the fixes and minor updates, but for compatibility updates, order operations, case management, user experience analytics, 3 of them, Funnel Core, Query Builder, and Query Builder Core, all were compatibility updates. These are all coming from ServiceNow, and I wanted to just point out that when ServiceNow does a bunch of mass updates like this, or fixes, they will sometimes update the whole suite of applications related to an application. So see how these all have the same version number? So something else was changed. There were some fixes in related applications for user experience analytics, but the whole rest of the applications got versioned along with it, and that's what I'm calling a compatibility update, in case you were wondering. The 2 downgrades were also from ServiceNow, Finance Common Architecture and GRC Predictive Intelligence. A downgrade meaning it was a version different, higher than what we're seeing now. So this is at 9.22.0, and it had previously gone up to 9.27.0 and had a fix, and then it's gotten downgraded. So it'll probably come back as a restored application in a future episode. And there you can see I've got 79 fixes. I'm not gonna read through all these, but I want you to just pay attention to the company name on the left-hand side. If you're listening, the company name is servicenow.com. There was just a ton of fixes coming from it. There's one, Illumio app for CMDB is not ServiceNow, but a ton of fixes coming from ServiceNow. I have a feeling this is just part of the regular release cycle. There was another one where there was a bunch of minor updates and fixes a few weeks ago that I missed, but this is what we're seeing now for, I guess this is pre-Zurich early access, which I'm expecting around the end of this month. I think the 30th or 31st is when the Tech Now webcast is. I was in podcast. And so this feels preparatory, like they're just getting some fixes in before the Zurich stuff comes out. Zurich or Zurich, I don't know how to pronounce it. All right, enough about fixes. We did have 3 ghost applications, all from StridePath Consulting. The anticipate experience design, the anticipate success with HRSD, and the anticipate talent development. All were ghost applications. A ghost application just means it disappeared from the store. You click on the link and the application is no longer there. Sometimes they re-release, sometimes they're disappeared forever. So we'll find out here in future episodes. We'll come back to highlights here in a second, but first up, minor updates. There's only 24 of them, so I can talk through that real quick. They are Adobe Sign Spoke, Connect Quick, CrowdStrike, Falcon Endpoint for security operations, Data Discovery, Diagram Builder, Enterprise Service Hub, Enterprise Service Management Integrations Framework, HCL BigFix Patch Workbench, ID Ramp Identity Flow, Integration Commons for CMDB, Microsoft Azure Sentinel Incident Ingestion Integration for security operations, mobile SDK libraries for Android and iOS, Now Assist Summarization Insights, Office Templater, Opportunity Management Application, Order Case Playbook, Order Case Self-Service, Process Mining, Workspace Components, Product Inventory Advanced, and for those final 4, Service Graph Connector for Observability, Datadog, Shippy's Core, Smart Operations Component, and SYNAC Vulnerability Response, or SYNAC. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that either. But those were the minor updates for this episode. So only 24 of those. And unfortunately, 16 release notes fails. A lot of them were from ServiceNow, just didn't have any details or just had repeated release notes. So let's just read through them real quick. The UI Builder Toolkit Props Pane and the UI Builder Toolkit Sitemap, Agentic AI App Version Validator, Agentic AI Optimizer, AMSONE On-Premise Confluence Pages 2KB, Apiro ASPM for Application Vulnerability Response, Apiro Code to Runtime CMDB Integration, Bishop Fox Cosmos Exposure Management, Case Management for Invoice Operations, Configurable Workspace for Order Management, and Data Model for order management. The last few here, Fallout Management, Gen AI Go Live Assessment, Order Management, Service Channel Facilities Management, and Smartsheet SPM integration were the release notes fails. And so that just means the version changed. It's a new application. Not new, it's an updated application, but there's no details that I could muster out of what it is. And that brings us to our new releases. We had 11 of them this week. Let's just knock those out. First up is API Service Graph Connector for Kong Connect. Import APIs and related data from Kong Connect into the CMDB. This is an Innovation Lab offering. I just noticed that before I scroll down. That means this application is not supported by ServiceNow and does not carry any warranties. Let's check out the key features. Data will be populated into the following tables as the key features. CMDB CI, or CMDB underscore CI is going to apply to most of these. Managed underscore API, API underscore frontend, API underscore backend, Kong underscore gateway, Kong underscore LB, Kong underscore target, and then two that are not prefixed with CMDB underscore CI are API underscore consumer and API underscore policy. And that is what's new from the team at ServiceNow. Our second new release is the Computer Telephony Integration, or CTI, from Novell Vox. Personalized customer experience and improved team's performance with ServiceNow's CTI integration for Cisco, Avaya, Genesys, and Amazon Connect contact centers. The key features for this: out of the box integrations with ServiceNow and leading phone systems, including the ones I just read previously. Let's see. The state controls to a streamlined interaction handling for agents, and blended telephony capabilities to integrate workflows and automate tasks with click-to-call, contact search inside CTI, automated call logging, screen pop, integrated call disposition and wrap-ups, and omni-channel enabled. Additional productivity features and integrations create unique screen pop and agent workflows to automate agent tasks and eliminate multiple screen switches. Supervisor controls such as barge in, silent monitoring, whisper in, and agent state change to enable stronger team management. I don't know, the image of someone barging into a customer phone call is just funny to me. I hope that doesn't happen to me. Easily integrate with knowledge base from Novell Vox to deliver consistent and accurate responses. Keep agents informed and motivated with real-time insights from Novell Vox Agent Dashboard. Easily integrate with additional 75 plus third-party business applications like ticketing, third-party data source, and more. And multilingual support in custom phone number formats, 8 or more variables. And that is what's new from the team at Novell Vox NA Inc. Our third new release is KMS Lighthouse Knowledge Management Integration, Enterprise Gen AI Knowledge Management Solution for Agents and Customer Self-Service. Let's check out their key features. It enables organizations to maintain a single source of truth and leverage content directly inside ServiceNow, including the following key features: instant knowledge access, guided steps for every scenario, proactive search, get answer, and related articles. And that's what's new from KMS Lighthouse Ltd. The next new app is LeaseCore Enterprise Grade Lease Management. Key features for this app are lease administration and management, payment management, clause and options management, critical data notifications, and an approval workflow. And that's what's new from the team at Ignova. Our fifth new release is Neuron7.ai-CSM/FSM Workspace Content Pack. Say that 10 times fast. The features for this one are: this is the extended version of Neuron7.ai Core App, where all skills and features of Core App will be extended to the CSM/FSM configurable workspace, including the Neuron 7 Intelligence Search, Neuron 7 Predictions, and Neuron 7 Diagnostic (Guide Me) function. And that's what's new from the team at Neuron 7 Inc. Our next new release is RevTrack SAP DevOps Integration. Seamlessly integrate SAP change management into your DevOps workflow with RevTrack. Let's check out their key features: integration between RevTrack and ServiceNow, linking and syncing, streamlined workflow, and visibility. Provide ServiceNow users with real-time visibility of change progress in SAP systems. And that's what's new from Revelation Software Concepts Pty Ltd. Next up is the Service Graph Connector for Akamai API Security. Again, another Innovation Lab offering, so it doesn't carry any warranties and not supported by ServiceNow. And it imports API endpoints and related data from Akamai API Security into the CMDB. Their key features: filter imports by the various sources feeding Akamai API Security. Data will be populated into the following tables: CMDB_CI_API_component. And that is what's new for the team at ServiceNow. The next new release is Stride Path Experience Design Path. Okay, remember how I said with the Ghost applications that they sometimes reappear? Sometimes they reappear like this. This is the same company that was making that other one that I think that disappeared. Let me just fact check myself and make sure. Say Ghost was Stride Path Consulting, the anti stuff. So maybe they've renamed, because those were weird names to actually even pronounce on the podcast. So anyways, all right, so let's take a look. One unified portal, elevated, tailored, transformed is the tagline, and the key features on the functional side are one-stop shop for all employee needs, designed to scale and grow as your platform matures, self-service enablement that surfaces accurate solutions quickly, enhancing process efficiency for your organization, seamless support for every stage of the user experience, user analytics that provide actionable insights to inform future updates and decisions, and on the technical side, amplifies the impact of your Employee Center Pro upgrade with optimal performance, implements best practices that avoid customization and technical debt, enhances portal visuals and engagement with custom-built base templates for rich content, iconography, and other key elements, and leverages StridePath's unique blend of consulting and technology experience across HR, IT, and user experience design to create a seamless and unified user experience. And I missed it at the beginning, but has that stupid I'm sorry, it's not stupid. It's not stupid or smart. It's not an app. There's a learn more button so they can reach out to you and contact you. And there's probably something technical to install, but this more is professional services than it is a real application in ServiceNow. All right, next new application, also from StridePath, is the StridePath HR Service Delivery Path. Equip the organization with the tools necessary for a successful and efficient HR service delivery. Key features on the functional side, 24 pre-configured value-add services and uniform centers of excellences. On the technical side, HR services graphical hierarchy, thoughtfully configured accelerators, and fully documented configurations of the offering. And that's what's new from the team at StridePath Consulting. Second to last new app here is Task Mining Core by ServiceNow. Analyze tasks to identify inefficiencies and make data-driven decisions. Key features: task mining projects specify which activities, users, and timeframes to analyze. Categorization organizes and adds context by grouping similar workstation activities with user-friendly names. Event filters prevent collection of app details. Data privacy measures safeguard and provide users with control over data collection, ensuring that sensitive activities are masked and anonymized. And analysis help process owners analyze tasks, identify inefficiencies, and make data-driven decisions. And that's what's new from the team at ServiceNow. Our last new release, Workforce Hub. Tagline is, Workforce Hub enhances employee self-service, streamlines workflows, and improves communication, offering a centralized hub for easy access to resources, requests, and updates. Key features for this new app include access key resources anytime, anywhere, submit and track requests effortlessly, streamline approvals and workflow management, stay informed and engaged, and maximize self-service capabilities. And that's what's new from the team at iOpX Technologies, Inc. And that brings us to the highlights for the episode. There's only 4 of them this week, and one of them, the first one actually, is kind of a stretch, but anything that's kind of introducing new CMDB classes, I tend to feature. But that is CMDB CI class models from ServiceNow. Had a new release, version 1.76.0, and this one, what's new is they copied all the identity and reconciliation engine identification rules for the hardware table, that is CMDB CI hardware, to the computer table, that's CMDB CI computer. In addition, they added a new identification rule based on the object_ID field to the computer configuration item. There were some updates too. The label display name for the video management systems table was corrected, and the site column in the video management system table is deprecated because a relationship to the site table exists. And that's with the update from ServiceNow. Our second highlight is the Intune Connector Premium from Advanced Service Provider SAASP. It was updated to version number 3.0.0, and in this version, the Intune Connector Premium Application version 3 is designed to integrate Microsoft Intune with the ServiceNow platform. Okay, what's new? The latest version of the connector not only integrates Intune with ServiceNow, but also supports, and this is what I thought was a big deal, Dell's public APIs, automatically enriching your laptop CIs with warranty support and manufacturer details for Dell Inc. customers. And then if we scroll down, there's more new features. Intune Connector Dashboard provides a centralized dashboard within ServiceNow to monitor and validate the Intune to CMDB data flow. It includes connector execution status, connector execution errors, hardware report, and Applications Software Report. There are 2 new menu items for application modules, Dashboard that we just talked about, Intune Properties, and Discovered CI's Inventory, and there's a new form layout called are added for the computer table to enhance the display of Intune and Dell warranty info. There were also some fixes. I'll let you read those on your own, but that's what's new from Advanced Service Provider SAASP. Our third highlight for the episode is Service Connector. It was updated to version number 2.3.4, and in this version, kind of a word salad, but it looked significant, so I put it in the highlights. Support for Yokohama, number 1. Also some minor bug fixes, product enhancements, and performance improvements for processing outbound bulk queues with multiple parallel jobs. Upgraded to the Open API specification OAS version 3.1.0 when generating API documentation for inbound configurations. Added the option to always use Glide Record Secure to enforce the ACLs when accessing data outside of the Service Connector scope, on top of the already existing requirements for application access on the table and specific cross-scope privileges. Cross-scope access privileges, that is. Creating new field maps will have the parameter field pre-filled when a field name is chosen and the data management policies for the queue and log tables have been updated. And finally, added processing of the archive log record each hour to trigger an action for outbound configurations when records are retrieved or archived/restored. And that's what's new from DXC Technology BV. Our last highlight is Smart Operations by ServiceNow. It was updated to version number 1.7.7, and in this one there were some bug fixes and enhancements on the events page. There were some fixes on the rules, there were some fixes on home pages, there were some fixes, and roles and permissions, there were some fixes. For the Edge page, there were some enhancements. They added support to enable certificate renewal for edges marked as retired, introduced a unique identifier for each broken service log entry, improving traceability and debugging efficiency, and improved the user experience and interface clarity for the removal blackout action. Queue management detection capability and accuracy enhancements. I'm not going to read all of these because I'll run out of voice. And then the queue management dashboard had some enhancements. So good documentation, well done, ServiceNow, and that is what's new for Smart Operations. And that, everybody, I guess I could have read all that, is our entire episode. Let's just review what you just saw or heard. That was 11 new releases, 4 highlights, 4 compatibility updates, 24 minor updates, 3 ghost applications, 79 fixes, 2 downgrades, and 16 release notes fails. Now don't forget, all of these applications, all 100 and whatever of them, will be on my blog, so there's going to be a link in the description down below where you can link to it, and it has all of the applications grouped by the categories we just went through with hyperlinks back to the ServiceNow store, so you can go find it really easily, and that should be much easier to consume, maybe more so than a podcast or a video. Either way, I hope you found this video or podcast helpful. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share it with somebody who you think might be interested in what's new, what was updated, or what was removed from the ServiceNow store. And until next time, don't forget to always be learning.